Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Adam Tubero with psychedelicinvest.com. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful end to your week. Today's episode is going to be a weekly extractions, and this is where I pick some headlines coming out of the psychedelic sector this week. I dig into them a little, give my thoughts, break them down. You know the deal, guys. And we got a good one for you this week. We're going to be covering Compass, Revive Therapeutics, and pretty much that's it. And then I'm going to jump into Numinus for a little bit. Because I just wanted to kind of continue. So what I like to do, or what I'm going to try to do, is I'll be following certain stocks or certain psychedelic companies in the background for about a month, and we'll just be tracking the price, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on if we're hitting a bottom, if we're oversold, if we're overbought, what I would do, how I would trade it, and see if you guys can get any value from that. This is Weekly Extractions. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's jump right into things. So Compass is cleaning it up with these patents right now, and I have been mentioning in all my videos how important patents are and how companies, these biotech companies, should not be shy to file for these patents, and 99.9% of them are not. They are aggressively pursuing these patents. I'm looking at you, MindMed. File those patents. Do not hold things close to the chest. Okay? Good. Go back in your room. Anyway, so Compass, they've been filing patents. And essentially, this was another Compass patent that was allowed, and this is a pretty interesting one. I want to give credit to. I just post links on Reddit. I could have sworn Control+Z would have had something to do with this, but I am surprised. I bet you he posted a different patent somewhere. I bet it. I would put money on it. Anyway, so what do we have here? So the method for treating anxiety disorders, headache disorders, and eating disorders with psilocybin. Okay, so they were granted this. Or it was allowed, sorry. Despite the title, this patent amended limited its claim to treating PTSD after the patient examiner rejected the application because of double patenting over two other Compass patent apps. So the first part we have here is a method of treating post-traumatic stress disorder. The method comprising orally administering a therapeutically effective amount of oral dosage form, wherein the oral dosage form comprises a crystalline polymorph A of psilocybin, characterized by XRPD peaks at whatever. You guys don't need to worry about that. Wherein the psilocybin has a chemical purity of greater than 97%, as determined by HPLC analysis, and a pharmaceutically acceptable excipient. So, polymorph A is the form of psilocybin that I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, Compass has a patent on. So that's why it's worth mentioning this. So the interesting part of this claim is, the method of Claim 72, wherein the post-traumatic stress disorder is caused by trauma associated with a pandemic due to an infectious disease. So that looks to me like they are trying to cover post-COVID stuff, the mental health dealing with COVID and stuff like that. I like this. I think it's very interesting. So at the end here, he writes, by my count, this puts the number of Compass US patents issued or allowed to 9. So that's pretty significant. Once again, looking at you, MindMed. How many? Anyway, I'm not trying to bag on MindMed here. This is just to make a point where all these companies are, like I said, aggressively pursuing patents. MindMed has no reason to not be aggressively pursuing patents. I don't care about this whole holding this intellectual property close to the chest. That's garbage in my opinion. Anyway, so getting back to Compass. So I like this. This is very interesting because, as you guys know, so COVID, whatever your opinion is on COVID, there are many people who are suffering from post-COVID symptoms, and it takes a mental toll. It takes a toll on the body. People are getting headaches for months and months and months, and it is very debilitating for a lot of people. And like I have spoken to people whose lives have changed after having COVID for the worse. And imagine just you're sick and then you're fine. living your life gingerly, amazingly, everything's going fine. You get COVID. Then after COVID, you don't bounce back and things are just not great. So anyway, so I guess to make the point here, it's Compass it got this patent allowed. I like the whole trauma associated with a pandemic due to an infectious disease is very interesting to me. I think coming out of this pandemic, whether you believe, I don't know if we're coming out of it right now or we're just gonna keep having more waves, whatever it is. At the end of the day, if you're looking at this from a business angle, this can be a moneymaker for Compass. So I like what Compass is doing. Compass is aggressively pursuing these patents. They are taking the necessary steps to basically cover all their bases to make sure number one, their intellectual property is covered, and number two, that this is just a number one. Look, whether you want to look at this as ethical or not, this is just a way to block other companies from pursuing, essentially, let's say, psychedelics for trauma associated with a pandemic. They will have to use a different formulation of something else. So it's just some pretty interesting stuff. It was worth mentioning. I think we're gonna have patents coming up a lot over the next bunch of moving forward. Just patents are going to be mentioned all the time because they are integral to the business of a lot of these biotech companies. If they want to make money, they need IP and they need patents. It's simple as that. So good for Compass. Keep up the good work. On to the next. All right, guys, now to stay on theme in regards to COVID-19, we have Revive Therapeutics. I've been following this company for quite a while now, and they're very, very interesting. And I don't understand why there's not more chatter about them within the psychedelic sector. Well, I understand why why many more people aren't talking about them in the psychedelic sector, because they kind of pivoted their business away from psychedelics. But for all intensive purposes, they are considered a psychedelic biotech company. So I'm going to talk about them today. So Revive Therapeutics announced its submission of amended phase 3 COVID-19 study protocol to the FDA. Now, why did Revive Therapeutics pivot their psychedelic biotech business to bucillamine? So what is bucillamine? Now, bucillamine is an orally bioavailable derivative of the amino acid cysteine. Does cysteine sound familiar to you guys? So if you guys have heard of NAC, N-acetylcysteine, it is a very, very popular supplement, and it's only been gaining popularity over the last couple of years. It is incredibly popular now. I've been taking this. It's a very potent antioxidant. So I've been taking NAC for about, I want to say, like 5 years now. It's an essential part of my supplement stack. I love it. It was life-changing for me. And now we have something like bucillamine, which is 16 times stronger than NAC. So the safety profile in bucillamine is extremely strong. It has a very high safety profile, and it also has very potent anti-inflammatory and antiviral properties. So what do we make of this? So basically, Revive Therapeutics had to change the endpoints of their FDA phase 3 study. They resubmitted it to the FDA. I am actually very optimistic about this. I believe that they will get approval from the FDA because of the safety profile of bucillamine, because it is... so a lot of people, if you are reading a lot of anecdotal reports online, and there have actually been a lot of studies that are showing that NAC, a very potent antioxidant and antimucosal, is a precursor to glutathione in the brain or in the body, whatever. So basically, glutathione is very important for brain function and a lot of other things in the body. It is essential. And I feel like over the course of time, we're going to be hearing a lot more about glutathione. I actually also supplement with glutathione. I use acetylglutathione, S-acetylglutathione. It's really amazing. Anyway, so basically, glutathione, it's going to be a big deal. COVID brought the magnifying glass to glutathione because I guess the word on the street is that COVID and people suffering from long COVID symptoms are basically glutathione depleted in some capacity. And basically, this is helping people replenish their glutathione stores and return back to normal quickly, bounce back faster. So this is actually very amazing. There is a huge need for this right now. And like I said, even with UC Compass, they're also targeting this whole pandemic and coming out of the pandemic and what's going to happen. They're targeting that. They're targeting that part of. I don't even, what word am I thinking of? They're just targeting COVID-19. It's smart for a business to do this. There's a lot of money to be made there, and we have Revive Therapeutics doing this as well. So in regards to bucillamine, it is 16 times stronger than N-acetylcysteine. It is very, very potent and is very, very effective. Once again, the safety profile is very high. I see no reason why this won't get FDA approval. I will actually be very, very surprised if they don't get FDA approval. So I just wanted to highlight Revive Therapeutics. I think they're an extremely interesting company doing very, very spectacular work here. I am very cautiously optimistic about this FDA trial, and we should be getting more news about this over the course of the next year, and it should be very exciting, especially for Revive Therapeutic investors. So yeah, basically, bucillamine is just a 16 times stronger version of NAC. NAC has been shown effective in studies now for helping people with long COVID symptoms and just in general with lung damage due to COVID and stuff like that. It's a potent anti-inflammatory as well, so it can help with those headaches. So in general, there's no reason not to take a look at Revive Therapeutics. I should just read it. I suggest looking into the company and seeing what they're about at the very least. But yeah, I will keep giving updates on Revive Therapeutics over the course of time. And I'm sorry it took this long to actually start talking about them. So yeah, on to the next, guys. All right, guys, next we have Numinus. So the reason I am following Numinus now is because, so in the beginning, when I created the bullish versus bearish on Numinus, we caught Numinus at around, let's say, 20 cents. I don't remember if it was 17 or 20 cents, but we're going to say 20 cents. It's just easier. So I said Numinus was incredibly oversold at 20 cents. It looked like they had bottomed out, like I said, between 17 and 20 cents, and it was a good time to jump in. From the, I think it was like literally a couple days after that video, market started looking a little bit healthier, and Numinus started, the stock price started appreciating, and it started appreciating and appreciating, appreciating. It was going up and up and up, and it hit a high of about 30 to 31 cents. Now, when Numi hit 30 to 31 cents, what did I say in my last video? I said, guys, please take profits. When you have market conditions the way they are, you cannot go wrong taking profits. The uncertainty in the markets, we're going to be experiencing extreme volatility for the next, let's say, 10 months. It could be longer than that. It could be less than that. I'm just giving my conservative estimate here, or my estimate in general here. So when you have the macroeconomic conditions at play going on right now, rate hikes, war in Ukraine, inflation, whatever it is, there's a lot going on right now. It's extremely, extremely, extremely healthy to take profits. I understand you guys are extremely passionate about these companies and you're emotionally attached in some capacity, but do not let this stop you from taking profits. If you jumped into Numi at 20 cents, it was a very healthy exercise in stock market trading to take profits at around 30 cents. I was telling you guys this, and I will keep telling you guys this in every video, not in regards to Numi or any stock I am assessing. Essentially, in market, when we're in a bear market, take profits very, very aggressively. In a bull market, listen, the strategy changes. You can let things ride a little bit longer if you want to just suss things out. It's easier to let things ride a little longer in a bull market, but in a bear market, you want to take profits extremely, extremely aggressively. So that's what I'm trying to drive home for you guys. We have Numi. So what I think is going to happen with Numi is they're going to just keep riding through this channel. What did I do there? They're just going to keep riding through this channel. They're going to touch 20 cents, maybe a bottom of 17 cents. It could actually get a little lower than that if things get really, really bad in terms of what the news is signaling and with rate hikes and whatnot, whether the Fed is hawkish or dovish, what all this stuff will affect it. So we're going to see, but I think we're going to see Numi riding this channel between 17 cents and 30 cents. We have resistance at 30 cents and we have support at around 17 cents. So it would be smart for a trader to jump in 17 cents to 20 cents and flip at least some of the shares at about 30 cents. It's just a great habit to have. Take profits at around 30 cents. Now, how this could benefit you if you're really passionate about Numi, take those profits, wait for Numi to come back down, because once again, we're going to be having this volatility in the markets for a little while now. It's going to be happening for a while now. So until we are back in that bull market, while we're still in a bear market, you can play this channel. You can buy at 20, sell at 30. If no catalysts come in. Listen, catalysts can come in and they can affect this, and it can actually surge beyond 30. Or if it's a bad catalyst, if some, let's say dilution or something like that, I'm not saying that's on the table for Numi, but it can end up causing the strike to break support as well. So now when this happens, but what I'm saying is, in general, is you want to play this channel and you can use it to build your position in Numi. So buying at 20, selling at 30. Use that strategy to just grab more shares of Numi with the extra money you're making. It's, like I said, it's a great habit to have in a bear market, and this is what I would do. And I do this with a lot of my plays. I aggressively take profits, because at the end of the day, you can't go wrong taking profits, especially in a bear market, guys. Now, why you would want to listen to me. Like, I'm not saying anyone has to listen to me or anything like this, but I do have a background in finance. I worked in finance for 7 years. I did it for a very, very long time. I'm very passionate about finance, and this is just one man's perspective, but I do have a background here. I'm not just some random guy who basically picked up a camera and decided to talk to it. Well, I am a random guy who decided to pick up a camera and talk to it, but I do have a background in finance. So we have that. But yeah, so that's what I have to say, guys. The theme of all my weekly extractions, anytime I'm assessing some of these trades, is going to be aggressively take profits, guys, and use it to your advantage. If you want to build a stronger position in the companies you are passionate about, you can do that, and you should do that. But you can use it to your advantage instead of missing these opportunities. That was a huge opportunity for some people. It's a 30% increase, give or take. So, like I said, great opportunity for some. You're going to most likely have another chance at it again. I suspect that we're going to see Numi bottom out and then recover again. So when that happens, grab those shares at close to 17 cents if you can. It might go lower. It might not even hit 17 cents, but that's a good range to buy in. And then flip them at around 30 cents. If it goes higher, whatever, it's fine. It's likely, like I said, given the macroeconomic conditions at play, Fed rate hikes and stuff like that, that we're going to see Numi and all these other psychedelic stocks dump out again too. So this applies to all the psychedelic plays in general, but I'm focusing on them right now, and I'm talking about the channel that they're trading within. So yeah, so this is my weekly extractions video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Adam Tubero with psychedelicinvest.com. My name on Reddit and Instagram is Waxing Eloquence, WAXINGELOQUENCE. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, or if you want to talk about stocks, if you want to talk about psychedelics, if you want to talk about psychedelic stocks. I'm always there, and I answer everyone, and I love meeting people from the community. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for supporting me, and have a phenomenal weekend.